guys, Anthony and Rose. Today we're going to teach you guys a fact. Country dancing is the worst way to learn how to country dance. And I know that seems ironic, but give me a few minutes to explain, and then we'll set you guys on the right track to actually becoming good, comfortable, confident country dancers, okay? So what do a lot of people do? They go out to the bar, right? They've had way too much to drink and they just grab a partner and twirl her around a little bit and think that that's country dance. All right, so there's obviously more to it than that. So the goal is to make dancing fun for both you and your partner, right? So we got to put a little bit more thought into it. So today, we're going to teach you guys how to take the material that we taught you guys here on this channel or wherever you've learned that and take it to the next level and make it look and feel good. So stick around. All right, so today we're going to teach you guys an idea that can help you guys take your dancing to the next level. And again, take it from I know some cool stuff to making that stuff feel and look comfortable and confident on the dance floor. Okay, so this comes down to practicing, how you practice. So the worst way to practice literally is to put on music and dance.
Danger.
Actually, worse than that is to go out to the bar and just like think you're practicing. Like there's certain things you can improve by out social dancing. You can improve, lead and follow and like doing things on the fly, but you can't make the things you know how to do better in that environment because you just got too many things going on and the song's not gonna stop. You can't stop and talk about it and think it through. So we're gonna give you guys the concept of process. Okay, so I personally am like a dance engineer. She's more of the feeler. Artist, the feeler, like she does everything kinesthetically, and I'm more like think of the process through. So here's what I'm gonna give you guys. So let's say, and there's a video on this, so if we're doing the two-step, just basic underarm turn or left turn, and we started from a promenade, and we did that. So there's a video on that, watch that if you haven't done that first. But here's the way that Rose and I would practice that. If we were just learning this for the first time, we break everything down into sections as process. Like we do one thing, we finish that thing, and then we do the next thing, and so on and so forth. So if we were practicing, this is the way we would practice that simple basic pattern of quick, quick, slow, slow. Quick, quick, slow, slow. And quick, quick, slow, slow. So if you notice, we didn't just like the music's going and we just kind of barrel through that pattern, because the reason why is because you don't have enough time to process and think about what's next. You're thinking about like what's ahead and everything's going. There's too many parts moving all at once. So if we think of two-step, for example, we're just using two-step as an example here, but you can do this in all of the dances. We might think of two-step rhythm as quick, quick, slow, slow. And rhythmically, like musically, that's the way it is. But structurally, we tend to think of this pattern as quick, quick, slow, done. D-O-N-E, done. Like it's finished. That thing is complete, and then we start a new thing. So we might count this as quick, quick, slow, done. So the thing that we were doing has now started and finished. Then we do the turn, quick, quick, slow, done. And then we know we need to come back together. Quick, quick, slow, done. Now by processing that and thinking about it that way, you can make sure that something starts and finishes before you start the new thing. So here's an analogy I like to give students. Think of the patterns in two-step like building links in a chain. So if I held a metal chain up from here and I hung it down to the floor, you'd have a link or a circle, which is then connected to another one, another one. This is the beginning of the song. You'd have all the links, and down here is the end of the song. Each link is a completely separate thing than the one before it and after it. They're just connected together at the ends, right? So anything that we would do in two-step, we might do it that way. So we might go quick, quick, slow, done. Quick, quick, slow, done. Quick, quick, slow, done. And quick, quick, slow, done. So I promise you guys, if you practice in this way and think about like any of these patterns that you guys have learned on this channel or wherever you learned them, if you take it and think of it as process where one thing starts and ends and then the next thing starts and ends, then the pieces don't kind of blur together. Think of them as separate stories, like books on a shelf. You've got to finish that story from the first page to the end of the last page until you tell the next story. So by practicing that way, instead of thinking everything as this long series of things, like let's say you've got a 24 count pattern, you won't think of it as a 24 count pattern. If it's in 6 count sections, you'd have 6 counts, 6 counts, 6 counts, and 6 counts, 4 separate pieces. All right, so let me give you another example. For those of you who dance West Coast Swing, if we were to do a rolling pass, there's a pattern for this, but if we do a rolling pass in West Coast swing, you have a 6-count pattern. So we don't think of it as a 6-count pattern. We think of it as 3 sections of 2 beats of music. So you'd have section 1, she walks towards me. Now that's done. We'd have the turn, 3 and 4, that's 2 counts. And then we'd have our anchor. So everything could be done in 2 sections of music. East Coast swing. If you've got a basic, you'd have rock, step, triple step, triple step. Now we can break that into 3 sections of 2 beats of music. So we'd have section 1. We go in this direction. Now we're done going there, and then we go back. So breaking it down into those pieces. Now, so eventually you're going to want to get from taking it into sections into actually dancing on the floor. So you kind of have to build your way up. So one tip to do that. If I were to dance 2-step, I might go quick, quick, slow, slow, and then hold for 2 counts. Hold, hold. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Hold, hold. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Hold, hold, and quick, quick, slow. Done. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Comment down. Thank you for your acknowledgement.
But it does. It makes it so much more controlled, and you really build your muscle memory in a controlled way instead of just go and everything kind of blends into the next thing. It kind of sometimes has a domino effect where it kind of like something builds into the next thing and it kind of rolls and I don't know, it's kind of weird. So it separates it and makes it clear.
Let me give you another, just to kind of follow up with what she was just saying. If you guys are practicing with your partner or just out and about, if something doesn't feel or seem right, like I'm turning her, like let me give you an example. If I'm turning her and then she's off balance at the end of that turn, right? Most dancers tend to focus on what's wrong with the end of the turn, right? Why is the end of the turn messed up? So they put all this attention on the end of the turn. And 99% of the time, that's not what's causing that to happen. It's something that before that set it in motion. We either started the turn too early, we started the turn too late, like something happened at the beginning and then caused this chain reaction. We just felt the effects of it at the end. Yeah. So by breaking things down into sections, you can also make sure that something has completed and you don't start early or late, and you're in the right position in relation to each other, right? So if I go quick, quick, slow, slow, and this is just a different pattern we did a minute ago, I'm gonna show you this, and I go quick, quick, slow, slow, I need to make sure at the end of that section, I'm facing the outside, and she's slightly in front of me, and she's on the outside of the floor. From here, then I go quick, quick, slow, slow, and get into that next position. So let things start and finish. Comment down below if you guys have questions, but seriously, comment down below and let us know, has this been helpful for you? Is there more information you guys want to know? And, or, what would you guys like to see in future videos? So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you guys next time.